Alrighty, guys, let's be honest. It's gonna be Shapiro. But what if I told you it might not be? What's up, guys? Base Polls back at it again, and today we're gonna be talking about the vice presidential or the VP stakes for the Democratic nominee for the 2024 presidential election. And it's actually official. There's a report that Harris is supposed to um, unveil her vice presidential candidate in Philadelphia on Tuesday, which will be tomorrow. So it's going to be a lot of fanfare. You're going to have the entire Dem party there. Who knows? Pelosi, Sanders, Obama's could be there. Biden, I don't know. Sadly, just got kicked to the curb. But it's going to be interesting to see now, just based on how the odds have changed. Pretty much you could guarantee it was a split between Shapiro and Kelly. Shapiro, obviously, Josh Shapiro is Pennsylvania governor, Waltz, Minnesota governor, Kelly, Arizona senator, and well, the rest of these guys. Harris, I like how Harris is just has some chance to be her own VP, I guess. But it's interesting to see in the last couple of days how Shapiro's odds have actually drastically went down today. It might not be him. Let's just take a look here at how it just went. It just plummeted. He had about a 73% chance, and he was a betting favorite, and now that's nearly down 15-20%. I mean, just look at that. Someone says a leak happened. Someone says someone's taking a gamble. We don't know, but just look at Tim Walz. Tim Walz was really nowhere near. He wasn't even at 25%. And you take a look at today, he just shot to the moon. Like meme stocks, just shot to the moon. 27 to 49%, almost a 50% chance now. And he's pretty much neck and neck. This is just going up. It's some Democratic strategists are saying this is a done deal. Waltz is a safer bet than Josh Shapiro. It's up for debate, but look at this right here. Tim Waltz's VP odds continue to soar. This was just earlier today at 34%, and like I said, now it's at 48%. So this seems like it could be a done deal. It may be the safe pick. As many of the strategists have said, Josh Shapiro, like I said, obviously he's Jewish, comes from a Jewish background, and President Trump has even said that if VP or if Harris was to pick Josh Shapiro, it would be a bit tumultuous. If you think about it, that Palestine base that is, coinciding with the Dems, the Dems might lose some of their vote if they go ahead and pick Shapiro. I mean, even John King of CNN said that Shapiro might not be the best look, and he, give him credit, he might be right because of his Jewish background. Although I think Shapiro does vote, he's pretty popular in Pennsylvania. I mean, let me look at this: 68%. At one point on August, the beginning of this morning, he was at 68%, and he pretty much plummeted. So the thing is, maybe Harris doesn't need Pennsylvania anymore. And I mean, if you just look at this, 57% and 57%, she's leading compared to 43% where Trump is at. And remember, this was, their leads have widened. Democrats have widened their lead over the last couple of weeks. And so potentially maybe the strategy was, if our lead isn't as wide in Pennsylvania, then let's try to pick up Shapiro. Shapiro will help us cover some of that margin in Pennsylvania. But if we believe our lead to be safe in Pennsylvania, then no, let's get someone else, because if we do have a good lead, let's not risk it. Because if we pick Shapiro, we might lose some of the Palestine base. Or, there could be a conflict right there, and it might be difficult for Shapiro to defend his stance, or he might have to tiptoe through landmines, especially when he's going up against J.D. Vance. So, okay, that's their strategy. Now the strategy is, okay, we got a good lead at PA. Let's pick someone else. I guess maybe Kelly wasn't, maybe they talked over with him, maybe he didn't want to be the VP pick, because I thought he would have been great to go ahead and, you know, at least give them some boost for Arizona. But it seems like Minnesota is always a pretty solid blue state. Um, if you just look from the 2020 election, is that like I said, picking the VP is not going to make a huge difference for winning a state per se. I mean, this is pretty solid, 8 points. So it's not going to make a huge difference. This might just be the safe bet. He's a seasoned governor, obviously, so they're going to go ahead and, like I said, they might try to balance that diversity here, pick someone a little bit more seasoned, an old white male here to just kind of, balance out that ticket. All right, guys, so just pulled up something here again, and I mean, this was kind of a new kind of analysis done for the chance that the VP pick could, um, you know, deliver the state to Harris' campaign. And I mean, look at that, Pennsylvania. If they were to pick Shapiro, gives them a 35%, chance that it can give them over. It can put Pennsylvania over the top for them. That's a huge bump from something like Michigan and Wisconsin. Obviously, they're not going to pick Michigan Governor Gritmer or anyone else, but I mean, this is seen as a huge boost. I mean, just look at that 35%. And you got to take anything you can get, especially with the razor thin margins that candidates have won in Pennsylvania. I mean, like Biden had won it by 0.2%. So I believe, in all honesty, there has been a change in strategy in the Harris campaign. I think they're just looking at the polls, and they're looking at the polls and saying that we're going to win Pennsylvania. And it's, like I said, polls aren't always right. I think that's safe to say, especially in the 2016 election. But what's the truth is that this lead has grown tremendously over the last couple of weeks. And it's nothing to kind of gloss over. This was 54%, 43%. So we're gonna keep an eye out for this, see what happens. But I think it's a close deal that Governor Walz will be the pick and for vice president going forward in this campaign. And like I said, Walz really got nothing to lose or gain here. Minnesota's going to go blue. Pennsylvania, they believe, is going to go blue. And if they pick Shapiro, maybe it would go in conflict with winning Pennsylvania. So they're like, let's leave him out of it, and let's just try and secure the Rust Belt, which seems like they're pretty ahead right now. If we can bank on the fact that Trump blunders one of these Sunbelt states, then that even makes it easier for us. That's what the Dems are saying. But like I said, Pennsylvania, if Trump secures these Sunbelt states, he only needs to win one of these other states, which is Wisconsin. Trump's leading. Going to be interested to see what the final decision is tomorrow. And once that decision is made, we'll be having a new video on just how that affects the polls and how that's going to change the oversight for the election. But funny, Cuban